A very good morning to all of you. Myself, Dr. Preeti Yadav. I am working as Assistant Professor of Physics in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. I am from Applied Science Department. Today I will discuss divergence and curl of electric field, Laplace and Poisson equation for electrostatic potential, and boundary condition on electric field E and electric flux density D from Unit 1. And divergence of electric field or differential form of Gauss theorem. Before describing the derivation of divergence of electric field, firstly we will discuss meaning of divergence. Let us consider here these lines represent the electric field lines. हम यहाँ क्या करते हैं, ये हमने ये जो लाइंस है वो क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है, वेक्टर फील्ड. वेक्टर फील्ड मींस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस है. यहाँ पे हमने क्या करा, एक पॉइंट कंसीडर करा. उस पॉइंट पे हमने क्या देखा है, ये फाउंड दैट ओनली 2 लाइंस एंटर और 2 लाइंस क्या हो रही है, बाहर जा रही है, 2 इनसाइड आ रही है, 2 आउटर साइड है. मीन्स there is net resultant is 0, means there is no divergence, because अगर suppose 2 arrows enter कर रही है और 2 arrows outsider है, therefore the net resultant of electric field lines at this particular point is 0. Therefore here divergence is 0 and the magnitude of these electric field lines is same. But in this example the magnitude of this line is maximum, means higher than this line, and this line is higher than this line at this particular region. Here 3 lines enter and 3 lines are outer side, but the magnitude of this line is less as compared to this line, electric field line. Therefore at this particular region divergence is not equal to 0. Now the divergence of the electric field at a point in space is equal to the charge density divided by the permittivity of space. Charge density, there are 3 types of charge density. First is linear charge density, volume charge density, and surface charge density. And permittivity of space is epsilon naught. Now, we know that electric flux phi E is equal to closed surface integral E dot n ds. We all know that what is electric flux? Electric flux basically क्या है, number of field lines passing through a particular area. Number of electric field lines passing through a area, and that is represented by phi, and that is equal to E dot and ds. But according to Gauss law, we know that the electric flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught, where is the Q is the charge and epsilon naught is the permittivity. And from equation 1, E dot n ds is equal to Q by epsilon naught. We know that for volume charge distribution, dq is the charge and rho is the volume charge density and dv is the volume. Now the value of charge is equal to rho dv. Using equation 2 and 3, E dot and ds is equal to 1 by epsilon naught rho dv. But according to Gauss divergence theorem says that the surface integral of any vector is converted into volume integral, and here E dot and ds, surface integral of E dot and ds is converted into volume integral and divergence del dot E dv. Therefore, from this equation, from this and this equation, del dot E volume integral dv is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught rho dv. Cancel out करेंगे तो del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught. Del is the operator, dot represent the divergence, and E is the electric field. Means divergence of electric field is equal to the charge density upon में permittivity, and this is the differential form of Gauss theorem or the divergence of electric field. Now, what is the physical meaning of divergence? Let us consider a incompressible fluid on a plane and let velocity of fluid at a point P is v, and the amount of fluid passing through point P per second per unit volume is represented by the divergence of velocity vector v. First is, what is positive divergence? Positive means, let us consider here the number of magnetic lines of flux is coming out of the enclosed volume. Therefore, this is the positive divergence. And negative divergence means when the flux is flowing into, flux means number of magnetic field lines. Number of magnetic field lines flowing into the, this is the enclosed volume element. And the zero divergence means neither is source nor is in. Source means positive divergence. Positive means inside a enclosed volume, or sink means outside from the enclosed volume. Means amount of flux flowing out. Amount of flux is flowing out is equal to the flux flowing in. Therefore, number of magnetic field lines entering is equal to number of electric field lines flowing out. Flowing out is equal to each other. Therefore, there is a zero divergence. The next topic is curl of electric field. Now, electric field due to a point charge at a distance r is given by, we know that E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square, r unit vector. Now, consider a point charge is placed at the center or at origin. Now, in spherical coordinate system, we know that r, theta and phi are the spherical coordinate system. And Di is the linear charge density, and the linear charge density Di is equal to dr r cap plus r d theta, theta cap plus r sin theta d phi phi. Now, taking E dot Di, dot product of electric field with linear charge density Di, 1 upon में 4 pi epsilon naught q upon में r square dr, and the dot product of E dot Di is equal to only dr, because here r is unit vector and here is r unit vector. Now, a to b unit E dot Di is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, taking integration a to b dr upon में r square, and solve this integration here. Q upon में 4 pi epsilon naught minus 1 by r, limit ra to rb, and q upon में 4 pi epsilon minus rb upon plus 1 by ra. This is the final equation. And in a closed path where ra is equal to rb, therefore here E dot Di is equal to 0. By according to Stokes theorem, the surface integral of any vector is converted into the line integral. Here E dot Di is equal to 0 from this equation. Therefore, del cross E is equal to 0. It means it is clear from the above equation that the curl of electrostatic field is 0. Now, the next topic of today's lecture is Laplace and Poisson equation for electrostatic potential. This equation, Laplace and Poisson equation, is used basically to relate the electrostatic potential with the charge density. Volume charge density may be surface charge density by the divergence relationship. Therefore, we know that from the divergence theorem, Del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught. Here, rho is the charge density, epsilon naught is permittivity, E is the electric field, and the electric field is also related with the electric potential by a gradient relationship. We know that E is equal to minus of del V. Del is the this is the del operator, a gradient, and V is the electrostatic potential from this equation, and from equation 1 and 2, del dot del V is equal to del square V, and that is equal to minus rho by epsilon. This is the Poisson equation, and this equation relates the electrostatic potential V with volume charge density rho and permittivity. Here del square is the Laplace operator. Now, Laplace equation is the special case of Poisson equation in a charge-free region of space. If there is no charge means Q is equal to 0. If Q is equal to 0, and from this equation, if Q is equal to 0, the rho is also equal to 0. Therefore, this equation del square V is equal to minus rho by epsilon becomes del square V is equal to 0. And that equation is known as Laplace equation. And this equation here, del square is the Laplace operator, V is the electrostatic potential, and this equation is used to obtain the electric potential in electric field, which is devoid of charge when there is no charge. Now, in Cartesian coordinate, the Laplace equation is curly square V by curly x square, curly square V by curly y square plus curly square V by curly z square is equal to 0. X, y, z are the Cartesian coordinate, and curly square by curly x square is represent del square. Therefore, del square V is equal to 0. Now, the Laplace equation is cylindrical coordinate. There are cylindrical coordinates 1 by rho, curly by curly rho, rho, curly V by curly rho, plus 1 by rho, curly square V by curly phi square plus curly square V by curly z square is equal to rho. Here, rho, phi, and z are the cylindrical coordinates. Now, in spherical coordinate, there are spherical coordinates r, theta, and phi. Therefore, 1 by r square curly by curly r square curly v by curly r plus 1 by r square sine theta curly by curly theta sine theta curly v by curly theta plus 1 by r square sine square theta curly square v by curly phi is equal to 0. Now, Poisson equation in three coordinate, first is Cartesian. Curly square v by curly x square plus curly square v by curly y square curly v by curly square v by curly z square is equal to minus rho by epsilon naught. And in cylindrical 1 by rho curly by curly rho rho curly v by curly rho plus 1 by curly square rho square curly square v upon curly phi square plus curly square v by curly z square, that is equal to minus rho by epsilon. And in spherical, spherical coordinates 1 by r square curly by curly r square curly v by curly r bracket close plus 1 by r square sine theta curly by curly theta sine theta curly v by curly theta plus 1 by r square sine square theta curly square v by curly phi square minus rho by epsilon. These derivation, Laplace and Poisson in these coordinates are not in the syllabus, but for knowledge we are discussing. Now, application of Laplace and Poisson equation. Using Laplace or Poisson equation, we can obtain potential at any point V in between two surfaces when potential at two surfaces are given. Second is we can also obtain capacitance between these two surfaces. Also, the solution of Laplace equation are the harmonic function, which are important in many fields of science, mainly the fields of electromagnetism, astronomy, and fluid dynamics, because they can be used to accurately describe the behavior of electric, gravitational, and fluid potential. And now the next topic is boundary condition on E and D, means boundary condition on electric field and the electric displacement vector or electric flux. First of all, what is boundary? A boundary is a surface with whose thickness tends to 0. Boundary separates the two medium. Let's suppose there are two medium, medium 1 and 2, then boundary separates medium 1 and medium 2. And also, what is boundary condition? The condition that the field must satisfy at the interface or boundary separating the media are called boundary condition. And what is the use of boundary condition and why boundary condition needed? These boundary conditions are helpful to finding the field on one side and relate that field to the other side of the boundary. Now, to determine the boundary condition, for finding the boundary condition on E and D, we use two Maxwell equations. Basically, there are four Maxwell equations. Out of four, we use two equations. The first is line integral of electric field is 0. And the second is d surface closed surface integral of d dot ds is equal to charge q and flow. These two equations are used to finding the boundary condition on electric field and electric flux. Also decompose the electric field intensity E into two orthogonal components. First is tangential component E is equal to Et plus En. Et is the tangential component of E and En is the normal component of E. Similarly for D, D is equal to dt plus dn, where dt is the tangential component and dn is the normal component. First, we'll discuss dielectric boundary condition. Here we consider this is a boundary, or interface. Here dielectric constant epsilon 2 is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r2. Here epsilon 1 is equal to, this is a dielectric constant. This is epsilon 1 is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r1. Here this is medium 2, medium 1. Here the component of electric field in medium 1 is E1 is equal to E1t plus E1 E1n. E1t is the tangential component of electric field in medium 1 and E1 1n is the normal component of electric field in medium 1. This is represent E1 electric field. This is the tangential component. This is the normal. Similarly, in medium 2, electric field is represented by E2 and there are two components of electric field, E2t plus E2n. 2t is the tangential component of electric field in medium 2 and E2n is the normal component of electric field in medium. This is the E2, this is normal component, this is tangent. Let us consider a closed path A, B, C, D, A. Its height is delta H and width is delta W. The closed path. Now, as we know that the work done for closed path ABCDA is 0. Also, work done is conservative in nature. Therefore, E dot dl is equal to 0. And from this equation start from that side, A to B E dot dl, then B to C E dot dl, C to D E dot dl, D to A E to A. And from A to B, the value of dl is delta W and this component is the tangential component of electric field in medium 1. Therefore, here E1t delta W. From this side B to C, half portion in medium 1 and half portion in medium 2. And the height is delta H and delta is divided into two parts. Therefore, E1n, this is the normal component. Therefore, E1n delta H by 2 plus E2n delta H by 2. And that side we use negative because the direction is changes. This direction is opposite to this direction. Therefore, minus E to T delta W here. This is the tangential component of electric field in medium 2. Similarly here, that portion lies half in medium 2 and half in medium 1. And therefore, minus E1n delta H by 2 and minus E2n delta H by 2, that is equal to 0. Here we use negative sign because this side is opposite to that side. Now, so this these two four terms are cancelled to each other. Now the resultant terms is E1t delta W minus E2t delta W is equal to 0. E1t delta W is equal to E2t delta W. E1t taking common delta W and cancel out. E1t is equal to 2. From this equation, it is clear that tangential component of electric field is continuous across the boundary. Means there is no discontinuity of the tangential component of electric field across the boundary. Boundary basically क्या find out करती है कि from one side of the boundary what is the value of electric field and other side of the value what is the value of electric field. There exists a discontinuity or not. Now for electric displacement vector D, there are two components D1T electric displacement vector or electric flux density. D1T is the tangential component of D1 in medium 1, D2T is the tangential component of D2 in medium 2. And we know that the relation between D and E is equal to epsilon E. Therefore, for medium 1, D1T is equal to epsilon 1 E1T. For medium 2, D2 is equal to epsilon 2 E2T. Using this equation, divided this equation to this, D1T upon D2T is equal to epsilon E1T upon me, epsilon to E2T. But E1T is equal to E2T because tangential component to electric field is continuous. Therefore, D1T upon me D2T is equal to epsilon 1 by epsilon 2. Therefore, D1T is not equal to D2T. As a result, the tangential component of D is discontinuous. That is D1T not equal to DT means undergoes some changes across the boundary of the interface. Now for normal component of E and D. Boundary condition on normal component of E and let us consider this is the interface, a cylindrical Gaussian surface. Here this is medium 1, medium 2. This is the component of D1 in medium 1. D1 1n is a normal component of D. D1T is a tangential component of D. And D2 is the normal component. D2 is the component of D in medium 2. And D2n is the normal component of D. And D2 is the normal component in medium. This is a Gaussian surface. Here D2n in medium 2 and D1n is the component of D in medium 1. This is the area of that box and rho s is the volume charge density, surface charge density, delta h is the height. And from Maxwell equation, the closed integral of d dot ds is equal to q and therefore d dot ds for top, d ds for top plus d dot ds for bottom plus d dot ds of the side, that is equal to q enclosed. And this side is cancelled due to symmetry because height is very small. Now top, the component is d2n and the area is delta s, area is same, minus because these are opposite to each other. Therefore, D1n delta s is equal to rho s delta s. And here Q changes into rho s delta s is the surface charge density, is the surface area. D2n minus D1 is equal to rho s. Now, note this is the normal component equation for D. Now, if there is no charge at the interface. If there is no charge means rho s is equal to 0, then the equation becomes d2n and d1 is equal to 0. Therefore d1n is equal to d2n, and it means the normal component of d is continuous across the boundary. And since we know that d is equal to epsilon e, epsilon 1 is equal to e1n and epsilon 2 e2 2n, and equation from equation 6 it is clear that the normal component of electric field is not equal to each other. Therefore there is a some change in normal component of electric field across the boundary. Therefore, normal component of electric field is discontinuous at the boundary or the input. There is first is boundary condition, overall results, boundary condition and nature of the field, tangential component of electric field E1t is equal to E2t. It means continuous. Then it means that the tangential component of electric field is same across the boundary. Second is D1t is not equal to D2. It means it is just discontinuous. And the third is normal component of D is equal to in one medium is equal to second medium. It is continuous. And the last is normal component of electric field in one medium is not equal to second medium E2 and normal component of second medium. This means this is discontinuous. And the important questions related to today's lectures are: what is divergence and curl of electric field and their significance? Second is derive Poisson and Laplace equation for electrostatic potential, and the third is very important, derive boundary condition for electric field and electric